Hello and welcome to Learning with Law. Today we're going to be talking about a very sensitive subject to some of our VIPKID teachers, and that's the new pay scale that's being rolled out in the next couple of months. Is there going to be a difference in your pay? Are you going to make less money? Are you going to make more money? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, so stick around for Learning with Law. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you'll always be up to date with my videos. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. I'd love to know what you think of the new pay scale. Let's get into it. I have to roll up my sleeves for this one because this is a heated debate. Is the new pay scale actually going to benefit you? So there's a couple of things that I'm going to address in this video. The first thing is, what was the old pay scale like? I'm actually a new teacher. I just started in March and I am not familiar with the old pay scale. I had to do some digging and some research to find out, okay, what is the difference between how I'm getting paid and how veteran teachers were getting paid? So that's the first thing. We'll talk about the old pay scale. The second thing, we'll talk about the new pay scale. And the third thing is it going to benefit you in the long run? Okay, so the old pay scale actually is pretty simple. If you're able to teach at least 45 classes within 1 month, you will get a dollar bonus plus another dollar if you show up on time to class. So that's basically $2 for doing your job. So as long as you have 45 classes under your belt in 1 month, you will get a $2 bonus. Seems pretty simple, seems pretty basic. And then after your contract is up, so after that 6 months, you get it renewed. And based on your 5 Apple feedbacks and other types of performance that you've done throughout that contract, you will get a pay increase of some sort. Now, again, I am a newer teacher, so I am not familiar with how much of a pay raise, but I know that your base pay is increased. So you'll have a higher base pay plus the $2 bonus that you will receive every month for doing at least 45 classes. Now this sounds all fine and dandy, but if you are unable to get a certain percent of students and parents to give you 5 Apple feedbacks, your bonus and your base pay will be affected. So it puts a lot of pressure on the veteran teachers to make sure that they're getting all of those 5 Apple feedbacks that they need to get. They need to accumulate a certain percentage in order to improve their base pay for the next contract. So there's a lot of pressure, and I feel that this is kind of out of their hands. They have no control over when or if a parent gives that 5 Apple feedback. So that's something to take into consideration when looking at the old pay scale. So let's take a look at the new pay scale that VIPKID is rolling out. This is the new pay scale that I've been using since I got hired with VIPKID. Depending on the number of classes that you take, will dictate how much of a bonus you will receive. If you're concerned that you're not making that $2 extra bonus and you're worried about that, you can look here at this chart to find out how many classes it will take to get you to that place. So if you are on tier 1, if you have taught only 79 classes or less, it will take you until your 131st class in order to hit that $2 bonus. But if you're a veteran teacher and have been teaching for quite some time, and let's say you are on tier 4 or tier 5, it might take you only until your 91st class in order to reach that $2 or $2 plus bonus. You will also see on my chart that anything that is listed in blue or bolded is showing an increase from the previous tier. So you'll see when you will be eligible for getting a higher bonus or a quote-unquote raise from VIPKID. So this might seem like a lot of information. It might seem overwhelming to you, and some of you might be thinking, I am struggling with bookings. And if that is the case, I have included a link to my increased bookings video here at the top of the page so you can get a better grasp on what you can do to increase your bookings. I have been fully booked since I've been hired with VIPKID. After my first month, I've have all my time slots completely blocked out. All of my students are returning to me, so I must be doing something right. So if you want to find out more, please click that link and watch my video. So this might sound confusing and extremely overwhelming because it was for me when I first started with VIPKID. I was trying to decipher exactly how the pay scale worked and what I needed to do in order to increase or get a higher bonus. So let me break down for you what is happening here. So if you look at this example, if you've taught 20 classes at 80 cents extra per class, your base pay from $7.50 would go up to $8.30 per class. And your subtotal would come to $166 with your bonus included. Sounds good. If you have completed at least 40 classes at an additional $1.20, it increases your base pay to $8.70, and your subtotal would be a total of $174. So I wanted to figure out between the old scale and the new scale how much of a difference there would be, or if there was a difference. So I took a look at the subtotal, which would be $385.50 for just 45 classes. Now, even though the bracket is from 41 to 60, I wanted to compare it to the old pay scale. So if we take a look at the $385.50 and compare it to the old scale, you will see that there is a difference in those two subtotals. The subtotal with the new pay scale will be $385.50. The old pay scale would have been $427.50, which, when you do the math, is only a $42 difference, but you can do a lot with $42, especially nowadays. So there is going to be a difference. You're going to be seeing a difference in your pay. There is a big difference. I did the math, and if we look at my month of April, I did 153 classes, and my bonus was $245 on top of my base pay. So that's just my additional bonus. If I were to have the old pay scale, at 153 classes, I would have made a bonus of $306. So that is a $61 difference that I am losing out on in just the month of April. If we look at the month of May, now May is not done yet. I still have about 20 more classes to complete. So I am at 189 classes as of today, which is the 29th. So out of those 189 classes, my bonus so far is $324 on top of my base pay. Okay, so that is just my bonus with the new pay scale. So for May, if I had the old pay scale, I would be looking at a bonus of $378. There is a difference of $54 that I'm losing out on just from being in the new pay scale. So what does this mean? This means I have to work a lot harder next month to get to where I need to be. But I'm actually on track to skip over tier 3 and move right on to tier 4. That is the beauty of this pay scale. If there's one thing that's good about this pay scale, is that once you have completed enough classes, you can jump to the next tier and hopefully increase your bonus by the next month. I'm going to always keep this in the back of my mind to make sure that I am meeting the needs of my students and of my wallet. So I understand why veteran teachers are upset with this. After doing all of the math, I can see that clearly VIPKID is not doing right by its teachers, and unfortunately we are losing money to the new pay scale. Something I find very interesting, though, is if you look back at the pay scale, you can see the different columns that they have based on the tier. So even if you're in tier 1 to tier 10, the columns, or the number of classes that you need to move across the columns, is very different. So the first columns 1, 2, and 3, only allow for 20 classes. Seems pretty doable. Maybe you can do that in 2 days. So that seems easy to jump from column to column. Once you get into column 4, there are 39 classes that you need to accumulate in order to move over a column. Once you get into column 5, you will need 39 classes. and column 6, 49 classes. So VIPKID is trying to get us to either stay in one column and not progress to the next, or maybe they think that it will benefit us to stay in that column to receive that amount of pay. I'm not quite sure because I'm still too early in the game to kind of figure out if this is beneficial or not. But as of right now, if I were on the old pay scale, I would be making a lot more money. And granted, in the grand scheme of things, $61, $54 to some people might not be a lot, but every dollar counts. So that would definitely be beneficial to me. I can buy a lot more shoes and clothes and food and go out to more dinners. And I digress. But hopefully, once I move up into the further tiers, I will be making more money. And my heart goes out to you veteran teachers. I hope that you are not taking too much of a pay cut, if at all. I hope that you are starting in a later tier, and hopefully everything will even out in the long run. So there you have it. Those are the differences between the old pay scale and the new pay scale. And I really hope that this video helped you to better understand the new pay scale and what it has in store for us in the future. So if you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel so that you could be the first one to see my new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.